always one of the coolest looking booths is Melges Performance Sailboats here, Strictly Sail 2012. But there's been a change at Melges, and I wanted to sort of focus on that for a minute because they had to bring in some out-of-town talent to Zenda from the West Coast. Matt Piste, how are you, my brother?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well, you know, and you've been working in Zenda now for, what, 8 months?
September.
Yeah?
So
what do you think?
I'm having a good time. Can't complain. Andy and Harry are pretty fun to work with. They
don't want to crack the whip too hard?
Sometimes they do. But they make fun of me. I make fun of them. It's kind of a mutual thing, and we have a good time hanging out.
Now, the big news last year was Melges reached a deal or decided to start making 29ers. Building them, is that right?
Yeah, we...
at the shop, in the cornfield.
Yeah, in the cornfield. We took over building the twin iron from a Canadian company, PS2000, last May. And that's been a very big step forward and just kind of the next step towards Melges.
One of the big reasons you came in, because you're a skiff sailor, right?
Yeah, I'm a skiff.
I'm a sailor, but the 29er is what you spent a lot of time in, I think, right?
I spent a lot of time with twin iron, oppies, moths, and Harry and Andy don't know how to sail skiffs, so I can say that. And they, I was sailing with Kristen Lane and Charlie McKee a lot, and they kind of helped me move in towards that position at Melges, and so far I'm enjoying it quite a lot.
So is that what you're focusing on? Are you trying to grow these 29er fleets?
Yeah, we're trying to grow the 29er fleet, especially in the Midwest and the East Coast. West Coast is pretty well dominant, 40 boats plus at just normal local events. Their midwinters have 40 plus boats. Just got to build the East Coast and Midwest. And the biggest thing is coming up in April of this year is the Olympic trials. And as some people know, there's the Twin Iron XX, which is a bigger version of the 29er. It's the same hull.
Same hull, but bigger mast, more sail area.
And we got Jen Glass, Charlie McKee, Kristen Lane. We're all working together on pushing this boat and getting it into the women's Olympics as the women's double-handed skiff.
For 2016.
2016.
Obviously, winning that selection is write your check kind of day.
Yeah, and that'll be a big one if it happens. And
you think it's likely that the 29X? Is that the front runner right now?
Well, there's 3 top boats, and you have the Twin Iron Double X is one of them. You got the RS 900, which just came out probably 2 months ago.
Specifically because they wanted to be in be in the selection and take a shot at it.
Yeah, you got the RS 900, and then you got the 49er with the smaller mast, and that's really our only concern right now.
And they're building where do they build the 49er?
There's 3 builders around the world. You got Ovington in the UK, Bethwaite in Australia, and Mackay in New Zealand.
Right. So, since you got to town, first of all, here's an important question. When Melges takes over a build like this, they have to build it exactly the way it's always been built. They can't change anything, even if things aren't done that smartly for the construction process, right? Can't change anything.
Can't change a thing. There's a type box rule, just like any one design class. Got to follow the way the rules are written, and we've done a couple small little changes, but nothing that's a performance enhancer. So. And is there fleets popping up now? Is there going to be a Midwest fleet next year for people to go and race with? We're working on a Midwest fleet. That's going to be the goal for this coming spring and summer, to build the Midwest fleet, have a fleet in Chicago and Wisconsin, but all kind of merged together. There's the Midwest Canadian fleet up in Toronto and Kingston's pretty strong. There's 15, 20 boats.
Kind of a skiff culture up there, too.
Skiff culture up in Toronto. There's a lot of 49er sailing, I-14 sailing with Object 2 skiff works up there. So it's cool to have all those skiffs right there.
It's neat to see you bringing a new energy to Zenda and Iz. We love what they do, but it's good to see a young gun in town. I was tired of interviewing Andy. But you can probably email Matt at melges.com, right? Yeah. Matt at melges.com if you want to find out more about 29ers or buy a big boat from him. He'd be happy with that too. If your kids are thinking about it, get them into it in this area, Chicago, Wisconsin, anywhere. But specifically, if people are going, well, there's been no fleet, so that's why we sail, Vanguard 15s or whatever. Yeah. It's coming. All right. Thanks, brother. Good to see you.